Time now for the period show. 11 o'clock news and it's late Sunday night, November 8th, 2015. Good evening, morning, young Peter Wiggins. 11 o'clock news and it's late Sunday night here. Top story at 11 o'clock in this late Sunday night here is in response to mounting racial tensions at the University of Missouri and administration proceed failed to address students concerned. Members of the school's football team have threatened to boycott its remaining games, leaving administrators. In Rangoon, Burma, millions of residents voted on Sunday in Burma's first democratic election in years, a historic event that could mark a new era for the country and pave the way to power for the longtime opposition leader, Aung San Suu Kyi. Emergency crews responded to the scene of an accident in Huntsville, Maryland on Sunday evening, as at least 4 people were killed and 14 others injured after a van caught fire in a crash with a pickup truck in Huntsville, Maryland. Officials in Meriden, Mississippi are trying to determine what caused a massive gash longer than a football field that terrified an IHOP parking lot, spawned more than a dozen cars in the mud below. Washington, for President Obama, it was a day of celebration. He just signed the most important domestic measure of the presidency, his health care program, as President Obama, along with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, as a story of flights and cross signals. Egyptian authorities have intensely questioned airport workers in Sharm el-Sheikh in what employees said was a quest to determine whether insiders facilitated the crash of the Russian plane. Zagreb, Croatia. Croatia considered the opposition claimed victory Sunday against a real and center-left coalition in the Balkan country's first parliamentary election since joining the European Union in 2013, held amid deep economic woes. To serve as an Austrian detention center after the death of asylum seeker. The Narendra Modi government has clearly been put in bond with the disaster defeat in the BJP on the Bihar Assembly elections on one hand. Modi is the team will now concentrate on economic issues. The city of Hamtramck, Michigan has voted 3 Muslim city council candidates in the office Tuesday, form a Muslim majority of the local government. Ted Cruz has been branded about a Brett Goldberg by Senate colleagues. And another word by the former Speaker of the House, as a GOP consultant leveling on a shore horse in a strategy for a rival presidential candidate called on the Mitt Romney in 2016. A storm brewing in the Pacific Ocean as forecasters warning of possible severe weather, including tornadoes in the nation's midsection on Wednesday, with Arkansas and Missouri the most likely targets. Tokyo, Asian stock slipped in the dollar, stood at a 7-month high against its peers early on Monday after robust U.S. jobs posted expectations of a Federal Reserve interest rate hike in December. Plum Creek Timber owns about 6 million acres in 19 states, as shown on it. As White House of Plum Creek to combine one timber giant as they own 864,000 acres of forest and conservation land that manages in Maine, much of it around Moosehead Lake. A Canadian Pacific freight train carrying crude oil brought Wisconsin derailed on Sunday, knocking 13 cars off the track. Spilling oil in the lane in 35 homes to be evacuated in the state's second derailment in 2 days. What is it with the Federal Reserve anticipating a decent job creation rate? Chair Janet Yellen told Congress on Wednesday that the central bank is likely to hike interest rates next month after all. This weekend witnessed a classic celestial spectacle by Venus, Mars, and the moon that gathered informally and formed a relatively small spot in the sky. Without an inclusive and climate-smart development and alongside efforts in the range that greenhouse gas emissions that protect the poor, agriculture shocks, and natural disasters and the spread of diseases could push more than 1 in a million. San Francisco economy just turned a little more glistening for a select group of scientists, as Russian billionaire Yuri Miller handed out $21 million Sunday in 7 breakthrough prizes, the award for scientific accomplishment he created 3 years ago. SeaWorld considers its struggle to overcome the negative publicity that the 2013 documentary Blackfish has brought to by accusing the company of mistreating captive whales in the facilities. High doses of vitamin C were found in the story mutilated colorectal cancer cells and mice. As scientists hope vaccine therapy also work for this other disease marked by CRAS mutation. As she rushed to the hospital on Wednesday, Judy Brown was convinced that something terrible was happening as the voice of unit was experiencing abdominal pain so severe that she must have a call to some sort of massive blockage. Peter Chaludza, below the 5. Tada for Sports Report here. The New England Patriots defeat the Washington Redskins 27-10. There. Other scores right in the NFL. For the Eagles, later the Dallas Cowboys 21-20 with 10:52 left in the fourth quarter here. Buffalo Bills later and defeated the Miami Dolphins 33-17. Carolina Panthers stayed beaten by defeated the Green Bay Packers 30-29. New York Jets defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars 20-23. Minnesota Vikings win overtime over the St. Louis Rams 21-18 here. Tennessee Titans send the New Orleans Saints in overtime 34-28. Pittsburgh Steelers over the Oakland Raiders 30-35. San Francisco 49ers over the Atlanta Falcons 17-16. New York Giants over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 32-18, and Indianapolis Colts knock off the Denver Broncos from the ranks of 18 27-24. NHL scores: the Boston Bruins defeat the New York Islanders in Brooklyn 2-1. Dallas Stars over the Detroit Red Wings 4-1. New Jersey Devils over the Vancouver Canucks 4-3, and Chicago Blackhawks over the Edmonton Oilers 4-2. NBA scores here: Portland Trail Blazers out leading the Detroit Pistons 96-89 with 7:46 left in the fourth quarter. New York Knickerbockers defeat the Los Angeles Lakers 99-95. Cleveland Cavaliers over the Indiana Pacers 101-97. Miami Heat over the Toronto Raptors 96-76, and Oklahoma City Thunder over the Phoenix Suns 124-103. ML soccer scores was Vancouver and Portland tied at 0-0 with 20-18 left in the first half. New York Red Bull defeat the DC United 1-0, and Columbus Crew 3, Montreal Impact 1. The North Lancers boys soccer team are moving on to the Division III South semifinal round in MIAA after the North Lancers boys soccer team defeat the Nova Sherman Raiders 2-1 on goals for the Lancers by Danny Pern in the first half end. John left the second half as the North Lancers hold up the feisty Dover Sherman Raiders with a 2-1 win as they are moving on to the South semifinal round on Wednesday in Brooklyn at 2 p.m. against the Martha's Vineyard. Should be a good game. In Foxborough, Massachusetts, to defeat the New England Patriots at home, a road team must have an immaculate game plan with false execution as poor tackling and drop passes render the Washington Redskins game plan moot. Fort Worth, Texas, Brad Koskos was dominating Texas, leaning left after left again, and so close to a victory would have given him one of the 4 championship contender points in the chase for the Twin Cup finale as Jimmy Johnson passes Brett Koskowski late to again winning Texas. Pierre Chalnuzam, 11:07 on this late Sunday night. Here, time out for Trevor Report on this late Sunday night. Okay, let's take a look at the maps here, and it shows 95 on both ends, a little around Route 10 in Cranston, Road down there. Route 4 on the northbound side, a little over the North Kingston stretch around Route 2 and Route 1 here. 24 on the northbound side, a little around the Berkeley stretch around Battleford Road. And the Southeast Expressway on both ends here, slow on the northbound side from around Route 203 in Quincy, Southeast Expressway southbound side, so from Marcy Boulevard all the way up to Route 203 in Dorchester here. 93 on the northbound side, so from Mass Ave all the way up to the Mass Pike in Boston here. 495 on the northbound side, a little slow for the Harvard stretch here. 146 a little slow around the Sutton stretch here. And on the main trip back, a little slower around New York Toll Plaza here. As otherwise, a spill of sound coming in on this late Sunday night here. And take a look at what is going on in the MBTA here. Still on SL4, SL5 between minor delays here. Commuter rail looking good. Except for Fairmont Line trains 2783 and 2784. Cancel today due to mechanical problem. Shuttle bus service will be provided here. Ferries, they are looking good. Pierre Newsom, 1109. Time out for a weather report here. And for today, clear skies, low about 31 degrees, calm wind. For Monday, back to work, back to school. Sunny skies, about 60 degrees, and calm wind pick up in westward 5 to 7 miles out of the border here. Monday night, most clear skies, low about 30 degrees, and southwest about 6 miles out of the DVD here. Tuesday, rain like May afternoon. Most skies got about 34 degrees, and calm wind pick up in northeast wind 5 to 9 miles out of the border. Chest patient 7%. New precipitation between the 10 quarter inch possible. Tuesday, rain available before 4 a.m. Low at 44 degrees and northeast wind about 11 to 16 miles an hour. Chest patient 8%. Wednesday, chest rain mainly before noon. Cloud skies about 51 degrees and chest patient 30%. Wednesday, most clouds got about 37 degrees. For Thursday, showers likely remain between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Most clouds got about 55 degrees. The anticipation is 6%. So Thursday night, chance of showers before 11 p.m. Most clouds got about 44 degrees. The anticipation is 40%. Friday, most clouds got about 57 to about 35 degrees. Saturday, parts of the most clouds got about 52 to about 33 degrees. And for Sunday, most clouds got about 52 degrees. Currently here, not near, it is 31 degrees with first clouds, humidity 92%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Chill. 11 o'clock news in the slate, Sunday night. November 8th, 2015. Pierce here. Have a good night with a good positive to all. See you tomorrow morning with more important. Good night.